So I know, like in our profession, like there's a lot of similarities than there are differences between the sports. So, like with your profession, do you see that certain athletes, like football athletes, have worse vision, or is there like a certain group that needs more work than another group, or?
So I will say that there is a difference between who accepts the idea more of like the importance of vision, or at least understands it more, um,
Hey, y'all
versus
good?
who's actually better than somebody else.
Okay.
Meaning, I think that there's like an 80 to 85% crossover between all sports. Meaning, like I'm never going to be your basketball coach. I don't want to be. I'm never going to be your football coach or your wide receiver coach. Like that's not my area of expertise. What I do see is that all of these similarities between vision and cognition, they overlap between sports. And so whoever's really good at most of these things is typically really good at their sport, with a few
Hmm.
exceptions. Where like I was saying, IndyCar drivers, their processing speed, so like how fast they get information through, is really quick. Like that's a real like it's leaps and bounds above even NFL
Yeah, because
quarterbacks
they
and that kind of stuff, right?
always.
So they're going, yeah. I mean, but they're in a potentially life and death situation, whereas
Right,
Yes.
right,
baseball or football is like the likelihood of that happening is extremely small.
right.
And so like, they have to be programmed to like be really good at all of those skills. But generally, like there's an overlap, and I would say I could pick out, like, let's say we evaluated an entire football team. I could probably tell you who is probably your all stars, who is probably your like guys who are okay, but like you're not expecting much from them this year, and then who is like bottom of the barrel or like really struggling with stuff without knowing anything else about them than what their vision and what their cognitive systems are doing.